Good morning. I'm Nick from Define Life, and this is our daily Define My Day little, I don't know what you want to call it. What are we, a support group? I don't know, what are we? Um, but the purpose of our video today is just to catch up, see how everybody's doing, and maybe pass around some ideas on how to best handle this entire situation going on right now. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today because and I walked up here probably half an hour, 45 minutes ago, and found my laptop wasn't turning on. And I've been sitting here trying to figure out how to get it working again. So it's been I'm like down to the wire trying to get it to work. And so we're working, but I didn't have any time to put the the memes up. So we're missing out on our memes today. Sorry. But as you can probably tell by my voice, I did wake up late today. We stayed up until 1 in the morning. We have friends that live in Chicago, and so we kind of made like a an online uh, outing together. We did. There's a game or an app you can download called House Party, and it works like Zoom. You can have like up to 8 people, but there's like built-in games, so you can play games with each other. Um, it was pretty fun. I mean, just something to pass the time, and you know, get to see each other. And so we were up late. 1 o'clock is a late night for me for sure. So off to a slow start today. Lynn is in the basement packing up orders for whatever came in this weekend. And after we do that, and after I'm done with this, we're gonna make some bacon, and we found some Bloody Mary mix that expires in June. So we're gonna make Bloody Marys today. The day is it's a washout. It's soaked outside, so we're not gonna go outside at all today. So we're just gonna make Bloody Marys and have a mediocre brunch. But yeah, so we'll do fine. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Jamie. Good to see you guys. Um, Yesterday was a good day. We got a lot of yard work done. Lynn got a ton of yard work done. She was a beast out there. The boys did really good too. So they're we showed them the finer points of pulling weeds. But it was a good time. We did that, and then we cooked some hot dogs on the grill at the end of the day, and did a little bit of meal prep too. We have some pork chops we thawed out and have them ready to go for dinner tonight. So we have our meal prep for tonight, knowing that it was going to rain um, today. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of where we're at. Not a whole lot going on. Kind of a slow weekend. Again, we have one big obstacle that we're trying to get over, and it's hard to see anything else beyond that. It really is. I mean, we do the basic stuff that we have to do, for home and for the kids and other stuff. But to get moving on any other project when you have something staring you in the face, it's really hard. It's really hard, and I'm getting some perspective on that right now. But we keep going forward and do what we got to do. Good morning, Livy. I thought I would read something to you guys. So I was looking through these books, and this one, the Do One Thing Every Day That Makes You Happy. I found some pretty good ones. So I thought I'd at least do this one that I found, and it says the best thing for being sad is to learn something. So my chair squeaked in there, so I'm gonna read it again. The best thing for being sad is to learn something, and then the prompt is what I learned today. And I think that's important. So, we go into a lot about being productive and toxic productivity, and what we should be doing now and what we should not be doing now, and how we feel guilty about the amount that we're doing and why we're short circuited and all the stuff we talked about yesterday, right? But, you know, just if you spend some time learning one thing, I think that's a positive experience. I think it's your brain taking on a task, trying to figure something out. I think that would be a really good thing to focus on. Like, what's something I can learn today? Um, Here's another one. You're happiest while you're making the greatest contribution. And that's Robert F. Kennedy. And then the prompt is my contribution today. And then you write down what your contribution is. It's it's all pretty good altruistic stuff, you know. Um, Energy is eternal delight. That's William Blake. And then the prompt is what made me energetic today. And then O, the wild joys of living. Today's wild joy. Look, today for me, the wild joy is going to be not a martini, but a Bloody Mary at noon on a Sunday. That's my wild joy. That's it today, right? The bar is not set high. The bar is not set high at all. But you know, you gotta enjoy what you can get. And it's funny because I just had this conversation now with two dentists. You don't understand who has it worse in this situation until you start talking to people. Um, your mind goes toward the people in the lower rungs of a pay scale, right? But we have two people that we know that have their own dental practices. One of them that started it maybe a couple of years ago, and another one that started theirs in December of last year, which I'm fairly positive disqualifies them from um, every assistance possible. I don't even know. Maybe they qualify for the Paycheck Protection Loan, but I don't think they qualify for the emergency, the EIDL. And people, a lot of people might say, well, they're dentists, they have money, right? Or they're doctors, they have money, whatever it is. But when you open your own practice, you're usually doing it and leveraging a lot of debt. Um, and especially in the first few years of a practice, when you're paying employees, you're getting that practice running, you're bringing in new clients. It takes a long time to be on the right side of money there. I mean, you're risking a lot when you do that. And so, looking at two people that I would never expect to struggle financially, um, you know, they have some serious issues to contend with. And I don't know how bad they might have it, but it's all relative, right? Somebody making a small paycheck has smaller bills. Somebody with a bigger paycheck and a bigger investment has a bigger risk and bigger bills. And employees that are responsible, that they're responsible for. So hygienists and whatever. And then you really have to worry about who's going to come in afterward. Who's going to be walking into their dentist's office to get their teeth cleaned. Who's going to be like, even when I was watching this with Georgia, you're opening up tattoo parlors and masseuses and hairstylists. Some people might come out, but I guarantee, if you experience even a 20% drop off, that hurts. And if you experience a 60% drop off, it's going to be hard to survive on that. Sure, opening up helps you a little bit, probably, but the long term impact for small business, for any business, even large businesses, is going to be very, very big. So, what does that mean for us? I don't know. I think it means, we've talked about the changing landscape. Big retailers right now, from what I'm reading, I'd be surprised if more than half of them are still around. Macy's is having a hard time. Lord and Taylor just fired its executive staff. The Gap is having a hard time. You have a lot of places not paying rent, like making company decisions not to pay rent anywhere. So the commercial real estate is going to experience some problems. Um, but I think one of the things that may come out of this, aside from some of our favorite places being gone, is that maybe we make a concerted effort to shop more local and shop small, and stop trying to, these big box stores aren't going to be around, maybe. And, we might not get the greatest deal on a product, but maybe, we support our local businesses, and help them survive and get through this and recover, right? Because they're going to have a lot of debt if they survive. they're going to have a lot of debt. So maybe in some way we can help them get out of it. You know, whatever that means. I don't know. But it's going to be different. This is going to be a slow thing. It's not just like reopen and start going. So a lot of businesses and a lot of individuals are going to have some hard times yet, even when this is over. Good morning, Kathy. Jamie, yard work or basement work for me today. I'm not going to let myself get out of it today. Yeah, I we've been there. We've been there. And that's where Lynn was yesterday with yard work. She's like, I'm going out and I'm gonna clean this place up. So yeah. In our basement's like mostly packed. So we're running out of things we can do. Um, Stacy, here, let me put you on the screen. I love that. I think I like the wild joy idea every day for what I get to enjoy part of DMD. Thank you very much. I'm excited about that idea. Yeah, it's enjoying the small things and focusing on enjoying the small things. We let them go by too fast. Even seeing my boys, because my boys were jumping on that video call we did last night, and seeing other people's reactions to how big they're getting, and then even seeing Nicholas on the screen. Um, it was a different perspective. I mean, he's just getting to be such a like tall and lean kid. I see it, but when you see it through somebody else's eyes, it's different. Cracker Barrel is planning to open the day after Mother's Day, and my mom, who's a server there, is afraid to go back to work. Yeah, and I don't blame her, right? I mean, you don't know who's coming in. And the thing is actually, I was thinking about this. The people that are coming in are the people that have probably not been as paranoid as the majority, right? Like, so 60% of the country right now is thinking the lockdown needs to continue going. So the 40% are the ones that are going to go out. And those 40%, I question whether they were even taking this seriously in the first place. So the people coming in, I don't know, are going to be, you know, the least probably infected, right? Um, and yeah, so yeah, I don't know. And the first time somebody coughs in public, geez, let me just wait for the heads to turn there. I mean, it might be audible. Supporting local business, yeah, and I think we're gonna have to, right? I mean, there's uh yeah, I mean, it's just there's too many small businesses out there, and their entire lives are impacted by this. I mean, they've put so much into it. I mean, I know what we put into our business. I mean, it's just like it's it's big, I mean, it's a hard thing to fathom. Somebody that can't operate at all and being ordered not to operate. How do they get through that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I agree with you. If the lockdown's removed, you can still practice social distancing and protect yourself. I guarantee I'm not going out to a crowded restaurant or a crowded bar. I'm not going back to my gym for a while. Whatever happens, I'm setting up a workout space in my basement or my garage, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Um, and we were talking about it last night with our friends from Chicago because they don't really know anybody. They just moved to Chicago, so they don't know anybody like real tight yet. And they were thinking about driving back and staying with her parents for a while or her mom for a while, just because you kind of want to be close to family. Um, but we were talking about like what life looks like after all of this, and you know, we dream about having a gigantic party, right? We dream about having a gigantic cookout where everybody gets together, friends, acquaintances, family, just everybody having a good time, right? And I don't know what the response to something like that would be, at least for a year or two, right? So what ends up happening, you might just have a small like family, like two family get together. And maybe even then you're still like you're probably not hugging each other. You're probably, trying to stay further away. And if you have kids, how do you do that? Because they're not going to want to stay away from each other. But I don't know. I think, one of the things we're going to find out. based on the testing in New York that they've done so far, is that more people have had this than you really anticipate. I think it's been around longer, and I think more people have had it. I think your mortality rate is going to drop as you find out more people that had it, but I think that it's still incredibly serious. Like it just goes so fast, like it spreads so fast that mortality rate seems more severe because more people are getting it like so quickly. And what made me think of this a while back was that you would see stories in the news about a high profile person getting it and able to get the test early. And I always thought like that it's got to be more out there than what they're saying, because this one person's chance of getting it is so slim. If this small percentage of the society has it, their chance of getting it is so slim, yet they did, right? You think of Tom Hanks. You think of the Iranian cabinet member, right? Like there's high profile people that just because they get a test, they're getting tested positive. So that made me think that, a lot more people had it than they were reporting, either because they didn't know or they just weren't reporting it. And I think it's pretty clear they just didn't know. But now you're seeing 1 in 5 people in New York had it. And this whole social distancing thing right now is just stopping everybody from getting it. And while, maybe herd immunity helps, I don't know. Maybe they're saying maybe it doesn't. But what we're doing is we're slowing it down so that, even if, 300 million people in our country were to get it and only 0.05% die, that 0.05% is still a huge number that goes immediately to the emergency room. So, I think we're still trying to figure it out. But I think we'll find more people, and that's some of the importance of testing and trying to figure out who actually has had it and does have it. But I think that we'll find more out in the next couple of months. I think it illustrates the importance of taking it slow, though. We just gotta take it slow and keep going, and try to be safe, and then support who we can support along the way. But it's hard. I know with myself, I haven't even wanted to order takeout. I mean, especially like cold foods like a salad or sushi. I don't think I would do that. Prepared food, I would absolutely, I would trust the food because it's hot, but the packaging, right? Like so, and I don't know, like, is that even a thing? Because I've never even heard a story about somebody getting it from packaging. But I don't know. I don't know. I got enough food here so far to hold ourselves over, and we're just gonna go with it the way we're going with it. Good morning, Deborah. Thanks for joining me. All right, I'm gonna do one more from the "Do One Thing Every Day That Makes You Happy" book, and then I'm gonna take off and get on to making my bacon, making my brunch with my Bloody Mary. All right, so this is easy, so I'm gonna let this one. I'll go to another one. Top 5 places that make me happy, and it just asks you to visit the top 5 places that make you happy, and then asks you today I visited number whatever. So it challenges you to visit one of the top 5 places that make you happy. Probably not a good one to do today, not right now. But so this other page, how tranquility gave me happiness today, and so you would write down exactly that. How did tranquility make you happy? The next one is how occupation gave me happiness today. So that one is challenging, right? Depending on what your occupation is. But that challenge can be incredibly valuable if you look at what your occupation is right now. Even if you're stuck at home, if you're working via Zoom, what's how did it give you happiness? Even if your occupation right now is stay-at-home parent or stay-at-home daughter, son, stay-at-home single person, whatever that is, like what can you define as your occupation today, and how did it make you happy? What's the one bright part of all of that? So, Angel, we've been hitting some takeout from some local restaurants to try and help them survive this. Yeah, and I've thought about that. I'm torn, and I think I'm just a little bit. Um, if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't worry about it. And what I worry about is not so much them getting sick. I worry about us getting sick and what we would, like what would happen to them. So I think that's my ultimate paranoia with it. Um, and I try not to let my imagination get taken away with it. But um, I figure that's my sacrifice. I can avoid takeout and all of that stuff for now, and then I will probably overindulge and maybe do a lot more takeout and delivery when this is all over and help people recover in that way. And that's how I justify it. A Sunday is a day to rest. Yep, it is. You're right. And that's what we're doing, right? And that's all we're doing today. We no yard work happening. Although Lynn is doing she's packing, so she's got to jump on tomorrow. But yeah, yeah. All right. Well, everybody, I'm gonna take off. Get on with my day. Make my bacon. Make my Bloody Mary, and hang out with the family today. Have a great day, and keep moving forward. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Bye, everybody.